Hello and welcome to Cricket Happenings, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. In this cricket show, it would be the first day's play in the final test match at the Wanderers Cricket Ground in Johannesburg, where the Indians were bowled out on the first day itself of 187 on a very greenish pitch. There was a lot of seam movement. The bowlers definitely ruling the roost, no doubt about it. South African bowlers in particular, as the Indians were who won the toss, and one was a bit surprised at the decision of Virat Kohli of going to bat first on this particular track. But also, one thing that I would like to say is that India were bowled out for 187, and both the teams are deciding not to go with not a single spinner. That was for me, it was not surprising. Maybe for many people thought that probably if at all the pitch cracks up on the fourth and fifth day, they might rule that whichever team probably is in a position might rule the fact that they didn't have a genuine spinner. But one has to wait and watch as to what really pans out. So I'll be definitely doing I'll be doing a summary of the first day's play that transpired at the Wanderers in Johannesburg between India and South Africa. Then as far as previews are concerned, we have a few previews coming up. One is the sixth match in the Tri-Series, which is a very important match between Bangladesh, who are doing a wonderful job. In fact, they are not only winning it in a very convincing fashion, but they are also hogging the bonus points. Between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka is the next game coming up. The distance between Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe, even though Sri Lanka are a point ahead of Zimbabwe in the standings, still this particular match is a match where Sri Lanka need to win because they can't depend on other factors, and it will be very interesting to see how this match pans out, and Bangladesh definitely in red hot form, I could say. As far as the second T20 is concerned, probably that particular match, as I'm talking to you here, probably is going to start in 5 hours time. It's going to be a fixture where I think it's going to be played at Eden Park in Auckland, and I'm talking about the second T20, which is a very important match for Pakistan to stay in the race in this 3-match series. Or else they would have suffered the same fate as the ODIs, where they would have lost the series. Well, we'll come back to that. So these are the two previews I'm looking at. So, but first let's get on. As I said, the majority of the talking would be on the first day's play between South Africa and India. So let's start the proceedings here with the first day's play in the third test match. And as I said, this was the toss was actually won by Virat Kohli. One probably feels that Virat Kohli might be prompted by the fact that probably there might be a lot of cracks appearing towards the final stages in probably the fourth and fifth days. That's the precise reason. That's the only reason that I could think that Virat Kohli, after winning the toss, elected to bat first. And as I said, both the teams going out with absolutely no spinners. Both the teams going for a sort of a pace attack, which included, I think it was a 4-pronged or 5-pronged pace attack that both the teams have. In fact, as far as South Africa were concerned, they decided to bring in Andy Felikuayo. So he was the fourth bowler as far as pace was concerned, pace and seam was concerned. As far as India were concerned, they decided to keep Ishant Sharma, had Mohammad Shami, they had Bhuvneshwar Kumar, they had Jasprit Bumrah. So Umesh Yadav was not given a look in. So let's hear as to what happened. So the Indians batted first, Murali Vijay and KL Rahul. So India not making any chance, Dhawan not coming into the team. KL Rahul persisted with, and I can tell you the ball was doing all sorts of things when the new cherry was in the hands of Moni Morkel and Vernon Philander, as they were not only moving the ball, Philander in particular was looking very deadly according to me, and there were close shouts which were being survived by the Indian openers. It was a real testing time at the crease for both the batsmen, Murali Vijay and KL Rahul, with Philander giving them a real tough time. Moni Morkel on the other hand also worrying them with some bounce as well, as this particular partnership between KL Rahul and the opener Vijay did not last long, as the first wicket to fall was Vernon Philander giving them the breakthrough when he got through an inside edge of Rahul's bat, which went and stuck into Quinton de Kock's hands behind the stumps. So KL Rahul was gone for a blob of 7 balls. After that, Murli Vijay trying to drive a delivery from the bowling of Kagiso Rabada definitely nicked one, and Quinton de Kock, a ball which was actually going away from him, where Vijay actually fiddled with it, and in the process trying to shape for a drive, got a thick outside edge. Quinton de Kock holding the catch behind the stumps. Murli Vijay was gone for 8 with 1 boundary, as the Indian score read 13 for 2. After that, it was Cheteshwar Pujara at the crease, and the Indian captain Virat Kohli joined. And it was a very, very tough examination for both the batsmen. Virat Kohli was pretty cautious, and looking at the situation, that was what was direly needed. That was the need of the hour, to be very cautious while playing them. But then Virat Kohli took his time, showed a lot of caution, and then at the other end, Cheteshwar Pujara was scoreless. He did not open his account for 54 balls, where Cheteshwar Pujara adopted the route that is very well known for, and that is to stonewall. And he definitely did a lot of stonewalling today, as he got his first run. He opened his account in the 54 delivery. At the other end, Virat Kohli had already shown a lot of caution, and now he decided that he's going to pick the length of the bowlers and hit them for boundaries. And Virat Kohli definitely showed some very nice stroke making. And Virat Kohli was also lucky when he would have probably been, and India would have been in a dire straits had Virat Kohli gone. It was a catch which was a misunderstanding that happened between Philander and the other fielder at Du Plessis, I thought, and the ball actually fell between them, with both probably thinking that the other one would actually take the catch. And that was a big life for Virat Kohli, and definitely India profited from that, as this partnership from 13 for 2 fortuitously, I would say, added 76 runs, 74 runs. Let me check that. Well, it was 84 runs added by these two opening with this pair, and Pujara, as I said, was absolutely stuck to the crease. And then finally, it was in fact there was one more catch which was dropped by, I think, de Villiers, and then Nigidi got through Virat Kohli by bowling a ball outside his off stump, and Virat Kohli went for the drive, and he was caught by de Villiers. De Villiers was, I thought it was a good catch, because there was good reflexes, because it really came at some good pace, and de Villiers showing very good reflexes, picked up the catch, and himself was stunned when he had the ball in his hand. And Virat Kohli had to walk, but not before making a sublime 54 with 9 boundaries. After that, Ajinkya Rahane was selected today in place of Rohit Sharma. He walked in to join Cheteshwar Pujara, and Rahane made only 9 runs before being trapped LBW by Morning Morkel, 9 with 1 boundary. So that made the score look at 113 for 4, and then Parthiv Patel came in and joined Pujara. Pujara got to his 50, and after getting to his 50, exactly at 50, it was Andy Felukwayo who picked up his wicket when he got him caught behind by Quinton de Kock for 50 with 8 boundaries. But it was a real stonewalling effort from Pujara, occupying 179 balls, and definitely India needed that, because they needed someone to stand at the wicket, and I thought Cheteshwar Pujara doing a fine job there. After that, the next wicket to go was Parthiv Patel. He was also caught, so Quinton de Kock getting into action in all of the dismissals there. Parthiv Patel was caught by Quinton de Kock with the bowling of Morkel for 2. Hardik Pandya nicked 1 to de Kock with the bowling of Felukwayo for naught. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar was there, but Mohammad Shami was out to the bowling of Philander for 8. Ishan Sharma fell to Rabada for naught. Bumrah was not or not, but Bhuvaneshwar Kumar was the one who actually pushed the Indian score to 187 when he fell a victim to Rabada, but not before making 30 with 4 boundaries. So The Indians were bowled out on the first day itself for 187. A fine bowling effort, as I said. The ball was doing lots of things. It was a greenish pitch, and also the ball was seaming about, and definitely only, as I said, Cheteshwar Pujara, Kohli, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar towards the end that India managed to get to a score of 187. Morkel 17 overs 5 minutes 2 for 47. Philander I thought was the pick of the bowlers to me. 19 overs 10 minutes 2 for 31. Kagiso Rabada also bowled excellently. 19 overs 7 minutes 3 for 39. Nigiri continued his good work. 15-7, 27 runs and 1 wicket. And Andy Felikwayo made his presence felt in the team. 7 overs 1 minute and 2 for 25. So 187 all out for India. And then there were just 6 overs to go. And in the space of 6 overs, Bhuvneshwar Kumar picked up the wicket of Markram for just 2 runs as was caught behind, and that was a good breakthrough which was given to India by Bhuvneshwar Kumar. And then the night watchman walked in, and finally stumps were drawn for the day on the first day of this third test match at the Wanderers in Johannesburg. The score read 6 for 1 for South Africa. Dean Elgar was not out on 4. The night watchman Rabada was not out on naught. And the bowling, Bhuvneshwar Kumar 3 overs 2 minutes 1 for 3, and Bumrah 3 overs 2 minutes 1 for 3. I think if we definitely are in for a very, very fascinating battle coming up on the second day between the bat and the ball. As I said, the ball totally ruling the roost on the first day as expected. Well, from here now we get on to the previews and previewing the second T20 which is coming up between Pakistan and New Zealand, where New Zealand are 2-zip right now. 1-zip right now in this three-match series. And as far as Pakistan are concerned, what they need to do, one probably is looking at Ahmed Shahzad definitely taking the place today. Ahmed Shahzad opening with Fakhar Zaman. In fact, Pakistan have been experimenting with a lot of players at the top, and I think they should go for Ahmed Shahzad and Fakhar Zaman to open the innings. Babar Azam, Pakistan will be happy that at least he hit some bit of form with that 41 runs he made in the second 20 after struggling in a very big way in the ODI series. Gary Sohail can also be expected to deliver the goods. Sarfraz Ahmed, unfortunately, I have to say that he has not been delivering with the bat, and that, according to me, is also a big minus point for Pakistan. Sarfraz Ahmed normally contributes, and I think the captaincy is probably affecting his batting a bit, in my opinion. Probably is coming under a bit of pressure as well. And then they have Shadab Khan, who can also, as he has already shown his all-round capabilities. Amar Yamin, who can swing his bat a bit. Fahim Ashraf is one of the good pinch hitters. Mohammad Nawaz, and the bowling would be in the hands of Mohammad Amir. Ruman Reis has been doing. Whether Hassan Ali will come back, it's a moot point. So that is as far as Pakistan is concerned. And also let's remember that Eden Park is a very small ground. Even misses can carry for 4s and 6s. So I'm sure both the teams are aware, and New Zealand would be well aware, because they are the ones who it's their home turf, as we all know. So let's talk about the New Zealand team. So New Zealand, as I said, right now they are on an absolute roll as far as international cricket is concerned. They have been crushing Pakistan in each and every match that they've been playing. So that really tells you what exactly they can do. New Zealand, well, Martin Guptill, Colin Munro, Kane Williamson, as I said, they have a lot of firepower in the middle as well, with Glenn Phillips, Tom Bruce, Ross Taylor himself, Colin de Grandhomme, as you know what he can do with the bat, Mitchell Santner, and one does not see a lot of changes coming from the New Zealand group, because basically they would like to go and retain the winning combination. So the second, this is the second T20 which you're talking about, going to be played at Eden Park in Auckland, probably from my watch right now as I'm talking to you here from Toronto in Canada. I would say probably 5 hours left for the start of the second T20 match between Pakistan and New Zealand at Eden Park in Auckland. As far as the last preview is concerned, we are talking about the 6th match which is coming up in the Tri-Series in Bangladesh, where it's going to be played between the host Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Definitely there will be a lot of pressure on Sri Lanka, there is no doubt about it, and the reason we say that is that because of Sri Lanka, as I said, if you look at the points tally, even though Sri Lanka are placed number 2 right now with Zimbabwe at the bottom of the table, there's not much separating, and one would, Sri Lanka. I would say that Sri Lanka has to win this game to keep it because it's a must win for them to just make things very very easy for them. And as we know, the pitches in Bangladesh right now, with the weather actually changing a bit, what one is seeing is that the pitch is getting a bit slower, and definitely not. I wouldn't say it's not really giving the same feel as far as batting is concerned. So bowling would be something which would be very important for both the teams. And let's have a look at Sri Lanka as to what they can do. Danushka Ginatilaka could be coming in place of Kushal Pereira, the injured Kushal Pereira, one could say. So Danushka Ginatilaka will be playing along with Upul Taranga, and Ginatilaka, I thought, is a very good bat, likes to go over the top as well. Kushal Mendes would be expected to play a big role, according to me. Niroshan Dikwala has not really got going in this ODI series, and that is what one is expecting from Niroshan Dikwala. Dinesh Chandimal is someone who is captaining the side, and he knows what he needs to do. Asela Gunaratne has also been not amongst the runs, and that has also been a big question mark for Sri Lanka. If that could come up, and Tisara Pereira has been the man who has been really holding center stage for Sri Lanka, whether it be with the bat or the ball, and one is very happy to see that Tisara Pereira's all-round talent is really flowering right now, and hope it stays that way, because he probably seems to have made some changes to his technique in batting, and also the way he bowls actually. The bowling will be in the hands of Sranga Lakmal, Nuwan Pradeep, Akila Dhananjaya, and Lakshan Sandakan. So definitely Sri Lanka have their task cut out, and they are playing the host Bangladesh, who are in red hot form right now. As I said, they have not only been winning against the team, but they have been picking up bonus points. So that is something which really tells you how strong Bangladesh have been. In fact, the good thing for Bangladesh is that one is their experimentation of sending in Shakib Al Hasan as one drop is really working wonders, because he's able to occupy the crease for quite a long time, and in the end the results are there for all to see. Shakib Al Hasan has started scoring runs. Tamim Iqbal is another one who's showing amazing consistency, and Tamim Iqbal and Shakib Al Hasan have been the ones who have been delivering the goods. Mushfiqur Rahim to a certain extent, I would say. So the experienced people are definitely coming to the fore, and that is the good news for Bangladesh, according to me, and that has been their story of success, one could say. Anamul Haq could probably reduce his impetuosity to go and play some strokes very early in the piece, according to me. And then Mahmudullah is another one who has not been flowering, and that is one thing that Bangladesh would require Mahmudullah and Sabir Rahman to fire, and Nasir Hussain too, to get some runs under his belt. That middle order, according to me, is looking very brittle for Bangladesh, and that is where I think the runs have to come from. If that could come, that would really help matters for Bangladesh, according to me. Mashrafe Murtaza not only has been captaining the side well, but also if you look at his bowling card, I mean, he has been bowling very well. He has been picking up some vital wickets at the top of the order, and that has really helped matters for Mustafizur Rahman to really, really throttle the opposition batsman. Rubel Hussain has been doing a decent job, and Sunzam Al Islam has also been doing a very good job. He has been bowling with lots of economy and trying to see to it that the batsmen don't really get away with him. And as I said, it's all going to be a test of some batting skills, according to me. The pitch is going to get slower. The temperatures in Bangladesh are dropping, probably getting into 20 degrees, so it's getting a bit cool as well. So definitely, I think the ball is not really going to come onto the bat. It would be a real test of skills for both the teams, according to me. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that really sums up this daily cricket show of mine. It's about time for me to sign off on this daily cricket show by bidding you all a very good night.